Hello again. Okay, so this is segment 2 of making bungee cords for my airplane. So what this portion is setting up for the whipping process to make the loop on the ends. And so what I've done is I've rough cut a piece of the bungee cord. This is 3/8 bungee cord, 6 feet long. The end length from center of loop to center of loop will be 48 inches. So there's a little extra on each end that I have to stretch, and then I'll cut off when I'm done. So what I've done is I've taken the one end of this and I put some safety wire on it. Just kind of grabbed hold of it like that, and that's what I'll use to anchor the end of it. So I put it in this little fixture of mine, which is a piece of 2x6 spruce. It's been cut down a bit, and a couple of real hefty bars put in it, two bars about 8 inches apart. And this is how I grab the bungee and stretch it so that I can whip it or tie the knots on the ends of it. So this is what I do. Anchor one end. I just take it and pull it down around the the vise here. Strap it around. No particular place or way. Just anchoring it down in such a way that it doesn't come loose, because once you pull on it, you don't want it coming loose later. Might not be a good day. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just set it to a comfortable spot, give it a good yank, just make sure that it doesn't hit me in the face, you know. So it seems to be pretty good right there. So what I'll do then, now is what we want to do. I want to stretch it at 10% of its capability, pull it around, anchor this end of it, and then we'll be ready to whip the end of it. So to know what my 10% is, what I do is measure right at the point of this bar, this stud that's hanging up here. And then I know that about 1.25 inches to inch and a little more than that is 10% of the stretch. That's 10% of stretch of 8 inches. So what I'll do is I'll just pull on that, bring it around. I'm thinking a little more. Stretch it a little more. Bring it around. Right about there. Keeping it tight. I'll pull it down here and then I'll clamp it. And there's my anchor. Then what I like to do is just look at it, make sure that both bungees are about the same thickness, which means it's not stretched more on one side than the other. And they look pretty good. Now, my 1.25 inches to slightly more, again, my mark was on one side of the post, and now as I pull it around and stretch, it's on the other side of the post. And there's a marking on my little fixture here to know where that is. So then what I'll do, I like to do sometimes, is just take a little clamp like that. It brings the ends close together so that when you tie them, it's just a little easier to get them tied. Okay, well, that pretty much concludes this segment, which is set up for the bungee. Without a fixture like this, it's kind of hard. You could have a person hold the other end of it, but it's going to take quite a few minutes, maybe 30 minutes, to tie the wire around the ends of it to make this happen. So making this fixture makes it real easy. And that concludes this section.